Got it. And you can hit me if you need to. You can kick me. You can come around, go for chokes. Good. You have that. Good. Yeah, you compromised my balance there. Good one. All right. And we're going at a nice, relaxed speed. Nobody gets hurt. You breathing. Good. We have that balance. What's here? Keep that. You can use that. Come in here. Relax.
That's amazing.
Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared and hope is given.
Sensei, what are we going to work on today?
All right. Well, so when you're talking about somebody who is totally blind, especially, yes, we can hear things a little bit if it's a quiet. Like right now, we have a fairly closed, quiet environment. Everything's fine, right?
Yes.
If I put my hand here, you can hear that.
Yes.
You can hear. But what happens when we go into a crowded bar, crowded nightclub? What happens to your sense of hearing, your ability to use it? So we're not going to focus on your sense of hearing. We're going to focus on your kinesthetic sense. And in particular, in Tekkyojutsu, the adaptive martial arts program that I teach and also train in particular, we focus on connection. And so we're going to focus on some things where even your sound doesn't matter, your ability to hear doesn't matter, and obviously your sense of eyesight is largely irrelevant.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have you face me.
Okay.
All right. I want you to reach up and I want you to find my shoulders.
Okay.
There you are. Just relax. Find my shoulders.
Okay.
So the idea, and go ahead and drop it back down again. We'll start there. So let's say somebody kind of comes up and maybe they're woofing you a little bit. They're trying to intimidate. It's like, what's up? And they kind of bump into you.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and reach up and immediately find their shoulders. Right?
Right.
Because do you want to start a fight when there doesn't need to be one?
No.
Clearly not. Right? Because what if it's, like the case of mistaken identity, or they want to help you. Sir, you need help? Well, let me help you across the street.
Right.
You don't want to deck somebody because they're trying to help you.
Right.
Right. Obviously, sometimes people grab you and it's unwanted, and even if they mean well. So you do want to protect yourself in case it goes that direction, but you don't want to bring the fight when there doesn't need to be one. So the first thing we're going to do is I want you to reach up and find my shoulders. All right. Okay. And go ahead now and slide down your hands down my arms so you can find my biceps. Just kind of loose hands. A little bit, and go ahead and close that thumb because I don't want you to jam your thumb, because if you go in, you could really jam your thumb there. So keep it almost like monkey hand.
Monkey grip.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just kind of drop those elbows so it's nice and loose. There you go. So that, and slide your left hand up so you can right on my bicep. So the first level is you're not going to stand like this, but if you drop from the shoulders down to the biceps, if I move my hand, if I go to hit, you can kind of feel where those, right?
Yes.
And now obviously you're not going to just stay there, but this means that if you drop down there and they are meaning to do you harm, you can adjust, right?
Yes, sir.
So from there, so let's go ahead and back up. We'll start all over again.
Okay.
And I'm going to do something silly that Shian Mario has taught me. He uses kind of silly nicknames and things like that. So it doesn't have to be blue or swearing or anything like that. So I'll borrow from him. And I'll come up to you and say, "What's up, pumpkin face?" And you reach up, and your instinct is to put your shoulders up on your hands up on my shoulders and say, "Stop! You make me feel uncomfortable."
Okay.
Right? So just basic verbal self-defense. And most people, as goofy as it sounds, they're not going to hear that assertive thing. So stop! You make me feel uncomfortable. Now go ahead and slide down to find my biceps.
Stop! You make me feel uncomfortable.
All right. Slide down. Good. And if I'm getting more aggressive, then I want you to go ahead and slide with your dominant hand.
I'm born a left-hander, but I became a right-hander after my arm was broken. So.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll slow it down with your left hand down to my wrist, all the way down, and good. And now slide this hand across and cut my elbow. Underneath. Good. All right, and then nice and loose. Good. Now go ahead and push this one in, and then you're going to slide back to an arm drag. We'll see how you do, and if you need me to do it on you, then we'll do that from there.
Okay.
So, good. Fairly good. All right, so that could work. Now, one of the things with that is that's still kind of an aggressive posture. So I'm going to go ahead and back up, and I'm going to have you pretend to be the bad guy.
Okay.
So if you're here, so that just means like you're whooping me, you're kind of crowding my space.
What's up, pumpkin face?
So you're nice to keep it loose. So stop, you make me feel uncomfortable. And you're like, you might still be a little bit aggressive.
Okay.
Here. Right, I'm going to slide down here. I'm going to very loosely step behind you. And then I'm going to come around, and maybe you're just some drunk guy.
Right.
And it's like, hey, let's make our way home. Let's
Okay.
make our way home. Because right here, if my hand, here, go ahead and try to hit me with your left hand. Right?
Yes.
I'm here.
Uh-huh.
And even if you do hit me, go ahead and feel what's in the way.
It's
It's my head.
Yeah.
Especially if you're right here.
Yeah.
Right?
So it might actually hurt
You
my
might
hand.
hurt your hand,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So in self-defense scenarios you might run into, because that can be anything from a crowded light rail or a bus, or you're just at a nightclub somewhere,
Okay.
and maybe they do mean you harm, but you don't know yet.
Got it.
And one of the principles, both in Gurdi and Kempo, the primary art that I've been studying for a lot of years, or Tekki Jitsu, any of the arts that I've personally studied, none of that would be where you just pop somebody for asking you directions. You want to make sure you don't bring the fight when there isn't one. If there is one, you want to respond effectively, but not with excessive force, right? What's the common saying? You can't fight what you cannot see.
Right.
I don't need to see you, but I do need to know where you are.
Yes.
And so let's say we're here, and we're even got like a little bit of a Muay Thai kind of punch. We got this. Well, right, and you have that here, or maybe we're like half and half, right? Right. So how can I know where you are? I have this connection. I have this connection. I can bring that across.
Right.
Right. Go ahead and use me, and you can even use me for balance. Do a lead leg kick with your right leg, and slowly, because I want to be able to walk later, kick me with your left shin. See how far I am. But you can still kick my thigh right there.
Okay.
So you can feel where I am right now.
Yes.
Right. And so if you have to, you can do that.
Got it.
And so one of the things you can do is if I move in, you're here, you can do the same technique that we were talking about before, or if you happen to make contact even with just here, you know where I am. So even use your left hand, you can reach out, you can even do like a lead hand jab if you know that's already fighting. Once you find the connection, so I'll put my hands up so you don't hit me. Go ahead and hit me with your left hand. Your left hand, you can even reach out, right? So now you know where I am. If you want to kick me, can you kick me now?
Yes.
You can kick me because you know where I am.
Yes.
Now can you kick me?
No.
Because what happens if I'm all the way out here and you try to attack me, especially if somebody has any familiar, they're gonna time that, they're gonna move in, and they're gonna take care of business.
Yes, sir.
You want to make sure you have that connection, right?
Yes.
Say you lost your eyesight tomorrow. How confident are you going to be that you're hitting the right target on somebody? You're not sure. You might be.
Right.
You might be really on it, but what if you don't?
Sure.
You don't want to hurt your hand in the process. So one of the things you want to do is, if you're here and you want to hit me, go and hit me lightly. I'll close my eyes so you don't poke them out. Right? Is that where you thought you were going to hit?
No.
But are you still going to be okay if you were to hit me there?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to adjust a little bit. Try it again.
No.
Oh, that was your forehead. Exactly. But
it's still going to be okay.
But your hand is still going to be okay.
Yes. Yes.
So now, if you're here and I have your neck and I'm punching here, do I know where you are?
Yes.
And do I know that's probably a safe target?
Yes.
Yes. So it doesn't mean that a blind person can't punch, but if you don't know, and especially if somebody's very early on in their martial arts journey or their self-defense techniques that they're learning, I tend to prefer to teach them to punch after they've learned how to find somebody.
Okay.
I mean, I'll teach them how to punch, but I won't teach them to punch early on in terms of an application technique, because I don't want them to hurt themselves while they're defending themselves.
Got it.